We steal all your great statistics, Rebecca, but the statistics are shocking. And I'm interested as to what you think the new benchmark is and how many of those 1,400 actually still vindicate a $1 billion valuation.
Yeah, I think the number I've heard is it would take about 20 years for all of those unicorns to actually make it to the public market, and only 15% are profitable. And on top of that, a lot of them have been around, for over 12 years. So just way too long to really hit their stride and hit profitability. I think with Gen AI now, a lot of the metrics we'd seen in the past aren't really the metrics, we're looking for in the future for success. Unicorn status, I think people have said that we need a new beast. I think that's absolutely true. And they're, getting to that $1 billion valuation is not really not meaningful anymore. And then on top of that, what we're seeing with Gen AI is an incredible opportunity to generate revenue quickly. We're seeing this in the statistics about how quickly companies can get to $1 million of revenue. It used to take companies quite a lot longer. Right now with Gen AI, the median is like 11 months, right? And we actually saw a company the other day that got to $1 million of ARR in 2 weeks.
But is that
And
sustainable, Rebecca? Like, is that something?
It's not.
No.
No, I don't think so. I think what's happened, I don't think it's sustainable. And so what we really are looking for are companies that have sort of a unique insight and very deep industry knowledge in the area that they're going into. We think that's more important than it ever was before. And I think this, ARR, the ARR ramp we're seeing, which so many VCs were hanging their hats on for so long, is really ephemeral. And so, what's happening is, these big enterprise companies and consumers too are signing up and they're paying money to really, really pilot, the technology. And at the same time, we're seeing massive, enterprise companies like Salesforce, hire 1,400 new salespeople to capture that opportunity.
How many agents, Rebecca, on that note of Salesforce, how many agent AI companies are you being hit with at the moment?
Oh my gosh, dozens a day. And I think those are features. Those are features of, large enterprise companies in the future.
They're features. So what is the reality? What companies do you want to see being built? What problems are you wanting to see being solved that is unique right now?
I love that question. Thank you. It's so exciting right now to be in venture. There are so many theses out there that we have wanted to invest in for a very long time. And there are companies that tried to do it, but the technology just wasn't there yet. I mean, a prime example, was of a company that was impacted by Gen AI was Casetext. Casetext was doing really well. They had 10,000, customers, but they couldn't fulfill the last part of their promise, which was really to truly stand in the shoes of a legal counsel. And when Gen AI came along, they could do that. And that was a huge unlock and why they were purchased very quickly by Thomson Reuters. Another one that we've wanted to see for a very long time is voice. And I think that is the most exciting thing about Gen AI right now. And so when we were in Doximity for many years, I just thought, we should be taking the entire patient call volume, both inbound and outbound, off the shoulders of the physician's office. That should just happen. And the tech just wasn't there yet. We've been looking for this tech ever since, we led Siri many moons ago, right? Yeah. And with Gen AI, it suddenly is there. So we invested in a company pretty recently called Parakeet with a founder with super deep technical knowledge on the medical space. And they're doing just that. They're taking the call volume, the inbound and outbound call volume off the shoulders of a doctor's practice. And that to me is really, really exciting.
We listen to you because of the amount of times you're on a Midas list, the amount of times you're called one of the top VCs, but also because of the exits that you have seen. And you call out Casetext, which is M&A. We've also seen, as you just mentioned, Luminar, for example, which actually managed to do the public kind of route. How are you anticipating some of your portfolio going public come 2025?
Yeah, I mean, I think the window is starting to open. There are so many companies that are ready. I think the market's ready. I think with the new administration, people are ready for the unlock. And I do think we'll see the public market start to open up. Maybe I'm too optimistic. I don't know, but I do think that that's a very viable option for people going forward. The other thing is, I think M&A. I mean, I actually prefer M&A every single time because It's just a much, more linear exit for founders often. And so I think founders should always keep both options in mind. My most successful companies have had a very exciting IPO path, but have also dual tracked with an M&A path at the same time.